I think I've disappointed my own self at this point because I completely forgot to record the gameplay of this deck.
Skill issue.
Disappointment is for the end of this video, so continuing to Marudu's gaming.
Hello guys and welcome back to Mrudu's Gaming. And in today's video, we are going to talk about 3 no skill decks of Evo Archers. And to be honest, I have lost my senses of skill and no skill at this point after the third video itself. This is only the third video of this series. And to be honest, talking about Evo Archers and the decks that I faced, one of the most used decks is the 3.0 cycle X-Bow. And for me to master that deck, I can tell you that any deck that has a very less average elixir is usually harder to handle than the ones that have higher elixir, because they will be having those tanks, those higher HP troops, which will make it easy for you to defend. Even if you can't attack that well, you can maybe chip away the tower health slowly, but your defense is obviously very strong. Talking about low elixir deck, the low average elixir deck, which is like the Expo 3.0 cycle, it was very hard for me to master it. It took me 2 days to actually film this gameplay series for you and actually understand how hard Evo Archers need to work for this. So how did it work for me? Evo Archers, according to me, were above average above average. It's like 50 to 75%. They work well, but they are not the first choice. If you have something else in your deck, obviously you would take it. But for Evo Archers, there are not many decks that have better evolution options. As far as decks that I've seen, they were using very basic evolutions like Evo Tesla, Evo Zap, or Evo Barbarians, or Evo Royal Giant, right? So these 4 Evos were the most used with Evo Archers. And that's the reason why I think that Evo Archers could be in the slot, because if they would have Mega Knight or P.E.K.K.A, they would usually have something like a Firecracker or Valkyrie in the second slot. Okay, and the previous 2 videos, uh, with comparison to Valkyrie and Wizard, for me, Evo Archers were obviously more skillful to use, because sometimes when you just place your Wizard at the back, it's a very good defense, and if you have enough push, then it can also be a good offense. Talking about Valkyrie, obviously she is very great in spawn damage and she kills out so many troops, so that's a great thing. But using Evo Archers was a little harder because, as I said, it's more skillful to use Evo Archers in comparison to Valkyrie Evo or Wizard Evo. And for this series, this is the third video, and for the upcoming 3 decks, we are going to face obviously the 3.0 Expo cycle. Guys, believe it or not, I really want to take up this challenge, and when I actually saw so many players in the top ladder using the same Expo deck, like they were using Evo Tesla with Evo Archers, and some were also using Evo Knight, but I think Evo Knight was less in comparison, and I don't have Evo Knight, so that's one reason why I did not take up Evo Knight. Except for that, everything else was great. Using Evo Tesla was also a very good option. I lost almost 15 to 20 games before I actually won one of them, and it was super hard to defend and also to make your X-bow hit on the tower, because obviously no one would want that annoying thing on your tower, right? Till it doesn't get killed, you're stuck with it. And there were some Hog Rider decks that I faced and I won some of them, but actually it didn't make me feel that I should include them in the video, because some of them actually gave up after just looking at the X-bow. So that was weird to me. I don't count them in my wins. So I'm gonna actually add up gameplays that I won by facing good opponents, not opponents that gave up halfway. And without further and without thinking anything further, let's get into the video. Now, very obviously, here we are with our very first deck that I talked so much about, the 3.0 Expo cycle. So I used Princess Tower. Some did use Dagger Duchess, but there were many players that used Princess, so I kept the Princess Tower troop as it is. as I've already discussed enough in the intro about this deck, about how hard it was and how skillful this deck is. I'm starting with this deck because many people would know this, many people have faced this, and if you have faced a player that's actually good at using this one, you will know how annoying this deck's become once the X-bow touches your tower, right? So, one of my main issues using this deck was defense. Not exactly defense of my X-bow, but defense of my towers. Because there were many players using Mega Knight and many players using P.E.K.K.A decks, which had spawn cards with them. And that was very much harder to take out for an X-bow. Because once you use the X-bow, it's like more than half of your elixir bar is used up, obviously. And X-bow takes a longer time to start, so you obviously need a backup for everything. And as you can see, we have two one elixir cards. That's the Electro Spirit and the Skeletons. The Skeletons do work good, but if you want the X-bow to touch the towers, I was making very bad mistakes in it because I was placing the X-bow very much closer to the bridge, which was bad. You have to keep your X-bow in middle of the map, in between the bridges, so that it would touch the towers. And I got that realization when I actually read one of those comments that you get while you have started matchmaking. That's you X-bows and mortars can reach your towers just from opposite side of the arena. And I was like, oh, I clearly forgot how I use mortar. I know how to use mortar. How can I forget how to use it? Like, I can use this X-bow same way, right? So that's what hit me, and then I came to realization that yeah, that's how you do it, right? And in the X-bow preview itself, you can see how they place the knight to actually defend an incoming charge towards your X-bow. It's hard, and people just don't stop at one mega tank once your X-bow is placed. Once the X-bow is placed, people are ready to kill that thing out pretty fast. So I'm using Fireball, Log, the basics, and Knight, and the Evo Archers. Honestly, I felt the need that if I had Knight Evo, I would have rather used Knight Evo than Evo Archers or Evo Tesla. I mean, whatever I choose first. But if I had Knight Evo, obviously I would use it because it's the only mini tank that's good at defending. And second, it's not even air and land troop defense. It's just a land troop defense. So that's harder to manage. Anyway, let's go ahead, and I'm actually adding two gameplays for this one so that I just don't both of those games. Actually, I loved both of those gameplays, so that's the reason why I couldn't choose one of them, and one of them is a tiebreaker. So I hope you enjoy the next two gameplays, and if you don't want to view both the gameplays, there are going to be timestamps right in the description. I hope you enjoy the gameplays. Starting with the first match with Little Ricky. We're gonna place the Electro Spirit and the X-bow in the middle. Let's get that Barbarian Hut out. There are many people that are actually waiting for the Barbarian Hut rework. We've only got two so far on the tower. Okay, he's playing Princess, but I've used the Log already. He has two air defense and two air attacks. Firecracker and Princess. Let's cycle the one elixir cards. Let's fireball that witch on the right side and log her out. I really don't want to have a witch on my tower, you know. But 4-5 of these, I was really taken aback about what to do. So obviously I just took whatever came my way. I should have placed the archers so close, but that was my only way. I love to use that piggy emote whenever I'm damn scared of things. Let's see. Okay, I will have to place my knight. And it's far! Oh no! How can I make such an obvious mistake? Can it be any worse? I don't think so. Well, the knight didn't even reach. We killed it before it even reached. Cannoneer decks actually are easier to hit because they have less HP on the tower. Let's try to place X-bow again. Why are they even trying with a Barbarian Hut? I don't understand. Ah, shit. Thank God I saved my fireball for later. So it was a good thing. Let's defend with archers. It's just one barbarian, so I think that's gonna be fine. I'm not even gonna get one hit or what? No, I didn't get any hits. Ah, damn it. That was a waste. I could have used it here. Let's fireball those barbarians. And I missed my shot. Could it be any worse? I don't think so. That guy's gonna take out the tower at this point. Let's try putting X-bow again, because he's at 1,000 and I'm just at 500. He really thought that royal delivery is going to reach me. That was a good try. And we got him. Ricky. Shit, man. I really hate rocket cycle decks because what they try is chip out the towers until the last and then just hit on with the rocket. The audacity to use that emote. A legendary drop with 4 wild cards. I really miss chess. That's all I have to say for this one. Searching for second match, and we're up against Oscar Schwartz? I don't know. Okay, we see Expo is already here. Let's see what he places. Ah, no, that was the wrong time. Okay, he has chipping units. Let's try to get the left side because he's placing his troops mostly on the left side. Did he just let me through? Okay, he was waiting for the boss bandit to be there on the HP. Damn it, I wanted her to hook on my knight. Ah, could it get any worse? I don't think so. Not anymore, right? So, he has a very low average HP cycle for the boss bandit. Damn. This champion, I've faced it many times with the Expo deck and it was so hard to get out because guess what? It just is annoying. And he has every single little chipping troop. He also has a suspicious bush, skeleton, dart goblin. We get the Expo a chance every single time we do so. And the biggest problem I'm facing right now is that he can access half of my map. Although, whenever he takes back his boss bandit, obviously I cannot hit her. That's also good for me that the Expo gets hooked up again on the tower. He's placing everything in middle of my map because he knows that I'll be placing my Expo nearby. Damn it, I hate these skeleton barrels. I'm pretty sure that he doesn't have a skeleton barrel evo or else it would have been evolved by now. We are on 2x now and I obviously have to take chance with my Expo or else it's going to be a problem. Let's try getting that left tower out because even after I get the left tower out, there's quite a lot of things that are going to happen. Right? Okay. That was the worst time to take back the boss bandit, wasn't it? Okay. The boss bandit. I don't think that this guy is very well versed with using the boss bandit. Let's log them out. Okay, still we got hooked and obviously that log worked. We also got the dart goblin out without much try. That electro doesn't even work on boss bandit. I didn't know that. She came across and then she went away. I'm not sure how that should work, but I'm not gonna hit them with an Expo because it's a very big commitment. Even if I'm on 2x, he has very easy tower targeting troops. So I'll need to worry about it and I'm gonna chip away the tower only by fireballs. That's what I'm thinking. I don't have zap or any other spell that can help me at this point. I only have defenses which I have to cycle faster because he also has very low elixir defenses. Attackers. The skeleton barrels and the dart goblin. I hate the dart goblin the most because my knight should not get chipped away by them. I don't have zap and I'm not going to waste my log on suspicious bush. So let's just hope that I actually have good timing with my skeletons and the archers. You can see how I'm actually trying my best in defending. He's using his best troops. Let's go again with the next bow and my placement is literally the worst at this point. Let's fireball it again. Let's see if we can reach it. I'm using Tesla to my best abilities. I should not be able to make that boss bandit reach my tower. And we are at 25 seconds right now at 3x. And let's place every single defense on the map. I don't want to lose. And let's fireball it again. Let's wait for the knight. The knight, place it at the back. Let's place the Tesla in the front. And let's go ahead with Electro Spirit. Let's see if I can get another fireball. And it's done. We are up on the tiebreaker. It was good. This is the kind of opponent that you can actually enjoy against. That guy was great. He was using all his strength up until the last moment. Although he gave up on Boss Bandit later on. But it was great. I enjoy playing matches up against people that actually work hard for their decks. And up on to deck number 2. So for deck number 2, I actually wanted to use an Evo. I wanted to try Evo Barbarians because that Evo is not that much used even after it was given away for free by Supercell. So what exactly was the problem with Evo Barbarians? I still don't know. I don't have Evo Snowballs, so that's another reason why I'm using Evo Barbarians. But Evo Barbarians were an initial choice in the deck of the player that I was using this. And this deck, I'm not going to show gameplay because this is an extra deck. I've used another variation that I made myself and it doesn't have much change. I'm just using Rage instead of Snowball in that deck. It's a 3.9 cycle with Cannoneer, and I tried it with different tower troops and I still didn't get good results because it's using giant graveyard and it doesn't have poison or goblin curse. Using the giant snowball without an evo in this deck, it was not that much useful. I did not enjoy it that much, and it was also harder to cycle, not easy to defend other troops, especially when it came to mega knight or mega knight evo. It destroyed this deck, and if someone had fireball, that was the worst thing I could have against me because obviously I was using barbarians. So for using this, I also needed some extra air defense. I had two spells, minions and evo archers. I didn't have anything else. I think if I would have used evo firecracker instead of the evo barbarians, one thing that could have happened is obviously that I would have less average cycle and I would have one more troop that defends my air. And as you know, evo firecracker obviously attacks the tower best behind the giant and it reaches pretty easily. It defends the giant. I'm actually very much excited for evo giant idea. But anyway, for I think September, evo is obviously leaked, and that was evo baby dragon. I'm waiting eagerly for evo giant. But for this deck, honestly, it didn't make sense for me to use it, and when I used it, I played against I think five players, and it was very, what can I say, depressing. It was not a good one, not a good one in my numbers. I enjoyed using Expo because that was challenging, but this deck was a complete mess for me because I wanted to defend. I'm waiting, and I hate it when you get so many spawn cards and it's Cannoneer so that he won't hit so many targets. It is annoying when you come across witches, skeletons, and it doesn't even have anything to defend it. It doesn't have Mother Witch, it doesn't have any other fire troop, it doesn't have spawn card damaging troops like the Wizard, the Witch, Firecracker, anything, but there's nothing. So that's one that I hate about it. Obviously, we have a spawn card damage land troop that is the Bowler. But what about Minion Horde? If I came across a Minion Horde, just imagine the worst timing of you going up against Minion Horde. It's obviously a giant graveyard deck. Even if it's Fire Elixir, if you don't have arrows and if you wasted your arrows on a goblin gang and then you face a minion horde, the anger and frustration you feel at that point, it's unexplainable. But I'm sure you would have faced it if you are playing since a long time, that is. Okay, and skipping to the actual deck number 2 with gameplay. This is in between the video. Yeah, sorry for that. So I had to take a complete break from recording because I had to get the second deck ready. So the second deck that I'm using is actually Motor, Evo Motor with Evo Firecracker and the new card Spirit Empress with the buffed Golden Knight and Hog Rider, the free spell, arrows and guards. So I'm using less air troops. You can see that I have two spells, and the only air troop that I have is the Spirit Empress. Air defense done by evoarchers. So it was kind of difficult with this deck because it doesn't have much defense options. In attack, we obviously have the Hog Rider and the Motor. Then talking about every other card, it's a very skillful defense because 6 elixir on an air defense and 4 elixir, 3 elixir for ground defense was something that I found useful. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired because of the mistakes that I made for this video, but I guess everyone's a human, especially the ones that are watching this video, right? I hope that I'm not making any more mistakes. And there's so much noise outside. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's annoying me. Anyway, so not talking much about this deck. Let's jump onto the gameplay. Searching for opponents, and we're up against Sergi. So, Sergai, Sir, whatever. Okay, great. Again, a boss bandit deck. I don't have much idea about using freeze spell. It's a very expensive spell that I don't usually use. But I wanted to use Royal Chef this time. Everyone else was this main deck was being used with Princess. Let's try to defend the mini P.E.K.K.A. Let's get the guards. And then let's place up the Spirit Empress ground version. Let's get that Hog Rider out. Again, her hit points and her hit speed are a trouble to me. Let's place the mortar again. And he's got his Dart Goblin again. Ah, well. Let's place the arrows, get rid of the Goblin gang. And there, it connected. But well, not a big deal, right? Only 2 hits and the mortar is out. Let's try to get him by archers. That was a good defense according to me. Let's get the Hog Rider ready, but I wanna increase till my elixir tank is good. There you go, boss bandit. I can't use it anymore. Let's get the guards and the golden knight. He has already used mini P.E.K.K.A, so obviously he doesn't have much to attack me with. Gets going with the Hog Rider. I don't want to mess up my placement because he'll be fast enough to go, right? The hit speed of the chef and the hit points that it has is less, but I wanted to have better with the chef because, well, it was just a moment for me that I was damn confused with what is happening. Sometimes it's still hard for me to actually go ahead and talk while I'm still defending at most times. So as I've already scored enough, let's just defend. I didn't use much of the Empress Air version, but that's what it is for. It's an air troop. I can't defend it again, but let's hope that the Spirit Empress does something good. And the match is over. It was heart-wrenching. I was damn scared. I just froze up while all this was happening. And it's a 1-star with giant snowball. I mean, damn. This deck, obviously I didn't use the Spirit Empress Air Troop version a lot in this gameplay, but that's what it is for. It's not much for ground purpose, and it depends on how you want to use that legendary card. It's not like a champion that it won't cycle until the champion is still on the map. So obviously this legendary card is very much useful considering that it has 2 forms, which basically means that you also have a ground troop and you also have an air troop. It's just that you have to cycle it before you actually reach to that air troop, ground troop again. Now, this deck had some drawbacks. I'm freezing today. I don't know why, but some words just won't come out of my mouth and I'm struggling today. I'm sorry. But the drawbacks of this deck that I faced the most was if I go against the Lava Loon deck. The Lava Loon deck causes very much major problems because the mortar, unlike Tesla or Inferno Tower, it doesn't obviously mark out air troops. And that's one reason why it is much harder to defend Lava Loon decks. And my Spirit Empress, even if it is 6 elixir in air form, it is much harder to defend her. So for me, this deck felt like a 7 out of 10. The Royal Chef was something that I liked the most. Royal Chef was actually very much useful in cycling this deck and also in leveling up my cards to a much better level than just basics. So I would recommend this deck if you want to use the Spirit Empress. I was trying to find one, and this Spirit Empress deck is good. Better than average. Let's get going to deck number 3. This deck, obviously I didn't use the Spirit Empress Air Troop version a lot in this gameplay, but that's what it is for. It's not much for ground purpose, and it depends on how you want to use that legendary card. It's not like a champion that it won't cycle until the champion is still on the map. So obviously this legendary card is very much useful considering that it has two forms. So for deck number 3, this is an amazing deck. I really enjoyed this deck and it was great to use. I won every single match with this one, unlike many other decks. And the last time I scored such a deck was during the Wizard Evo video. So I got this deck which we are using Evo Archers and Evo Zap, and I don't have Evo Zap, so yeah, I just had one Evo in this one. Rage, Goblin Spell, and our champion Skeleton King. Ah! And Apelli, okay, let's start with the rocket machine. If it is a lava loon deck, then it's gonna be a problem. Because, okay, it's Spirit Empress, it is probably a lava loon deck. And it's going to be a major focus on air cards. As I said, again, it's hard, but let's get the rage out. I should have used the goblin spell first. I missed my chance, but let's just hope for the best. Okay, he is also using goblin curse. That's a bad idea, isn't it? Okay, she got one hit on my tower. Let's get the brim. Going ahead, bridge on the e-golem. Hey, that's great. I have goblin curse at this point. Let's rage them up. But I think he used the Valkyrie in between all of that. Sometimes it's just so messy on the map that you can't see what exactly is happening. Let's get the Skeleton King out. There are two cards with bats, right? The spawn killing bat. That would be the Dark Prince and the Skeleton King. And I think both of their walking speed is kind of slow, and we got the right tower. But I like that. It kills spawns so easily. Again, both of the air cards. Let's get the Archers out and the Night Witch out. Although she will leave the map as soon as possible, but man. We got the Rocket Machine. And then let's try and place the Goblin Curse to get those lava pups out of the way. And we've got goblins. He was trying to change his goblins to my goblins and my goblins to his goblins. Okay, he does have Valkyrie on this one, I know, because I used this lava loon deck. The only thing that's missing is the balloon. He's not using the balloon. Damn this double goblin curse. It's just too much to handle at this point, man. Okay, we still managed to get 4 archers and some extra goblins. Let's place the goblin machine. I don't think that guy's gonna win anything. At this point, the lava pops are late. Well, when you want to lose, you just BM other people. And I love these two ones. The one with the laughing Mother Witch and the whistling princess. And we've got another lucky drop with gold. As if I don't have enough of those. But I finally got the elite wildcard. The elite wildcard charge is one of my favorites to have actually. Anyway, now changing to Evo Archers. Let's talk about the main theme of this video. That is the Evo Archers. I overall would like to give it a 6.5 because Evo Archers are a very skillful card. I did use Evo Archer decks, but I'll be very honest with you that I was very much scared in using the Archers a lot. There are 3 elixir card and it's not a big commitment, we know, but still when we are talking about any deck that is above 4 elixir, 3 elixir is also a very big commitment. And that's the reason why usually archers are used in decks that have approximately 3.5 elixir average or 3.5, 3.7, 8, 9, but not usually in high average elixir decks. So for me, this card is obviously very skillful. Evo Archers, even if it's not an Evo, we're talking just about the Archers itself. The card is overall a very well balanced card, a card that can be used in much better ways for defense, but it cannot be a multi-purpose card the same as Firecracker. So that's it. That's for the conclusion. of my view on Evo Archers. Tell me in the comment section what do you think about Evo Archers, and have you been using any other Evo Archer deck? I actually got some great comments on my last Valkyrie video, and I'm going to try out some decks from my clan members too. But I want to give some time, major time, to all of this. It just takes a little while for me to record all of this, and I'm doing it for the first time. I'm still taking kind of baby steps towards content creation. I'm enjoying all of your comments, and I also view most of them. I love to reply to you, and thank you so much for being here on my channel. I've added some clips, some extra decks that I forgot to add the gameplay of, and another deck that I tried myself. So I recorded those videos before this one, and there was some mistakes, some misunderstandings. But I hope you actually enjoy those three decks, and tell me about how you would use them, or you would even use them or not, if it is a good idea. Except for that, I actually do check out Reddit quite a lot. So if you all are on Reddit, I would love to engage, because I'm finding new friends on gaming, and obviously it's something that a community should be proud of, right? Clash Royale has a very big community, and if you are not on Reddit, do think about being there. It's a very great social platform, and a lot of people engage there daily. So I hope to see you in the next one, and keep watching, keep enjoying, and I'll see you in the arena. Coming to the actual deck number 2, the one that I used with Evo Valkyrie, and again it has an Evo Firecracker. It has Firecracker, but did I use Firecracker? No, because this is a video about Evo Archers. You don't use such things. So we use the skillful 3 elixir air troop, that is Archers. Evo Firecracker, not so skillful. And Valkyrie, Valkyrie Evo. Royal recruits in this deck. I faced a P.E.K.K.A deck, and I didn't have enough elixir for royal recruits, and I made a mistake of placing the royal recruits in a wrong way. So the 4 recruits went to the right side instead of the left side, and the P.E.K.K.A was coming from the left side. Surprise, surprise! Guess who lost the tower that day? Sorry. I did. So this is a control miner cycle deck. We chip away towers, and we defend with royal recruits and Valkyrie, and we hope that the royal recruits reach the towers so that we get extra tower points. Getting on to the gameplay. I think I've disappointed my own self at this point, because I completely forgot to record the gameplay of this deck, and I'm actually recording my final face videos to edit in my video. I can't tell you how weird that is, but I think I'll keep this video at the end of the video, because it's embarrassing. It was a great deck. Obviously the defense is good. So let's keep it as a challenge deck that you can use, and tell me how it is actually, because it's a 3.4 cycle. Again, it's a good average cycle, and you can have good defenses at this point because you have Evo Firecracker. No, sorry, Firecracker and Evo Valkyrie. We don't have giant tanks, but we have a 7 elixir royal recruit card. So how about you try it and then drop into the comment section, tell me how it was. I'm sorry for disappointing you.